All right, and good evening, live from Tom McIntyre Stadium as we got a great battle, the Battle of the Crossroads. The Melbourne Bulldogs taking on the Eau Gallie Commodores. I'm Chase Alexander, here with Daryl Duran, and we'll be on the call this great matchup. Daryl, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, Chase. Thanks for having me on. It's great to be back at my alma mater. It was great to reveal the new trophy done by Kilmer's Customs. And I can give him a great shout out real quick. Folks, you hear us talk about Kilmer's Customs. He does anything from something for your house to the wall. If you mention you hear Kilmer's Customs on our broadcast, please message him to make anything you want. You will get 20% off your order if you mention that you heard him on the broadcast. But it's a great night for football. I think my dogs are outmatched tonight. I'll be honest with you, Chase. I've done a lot of the games, and I've done a couple with you this year. Just a young team. It's growing pains. It's still, you have that transfer portal that it affects every school. It doesn't just affect Melbourne. And, it affected Melbourne more this year with the, only a 2-win season right now. Anything's possible in these rivalry games. Sometimes you get the team that coming in with the hot hand that play down to a team that has nothing to lose in our Melbourne Bulldogs. And, tonight I hope it's not as chippy and it's called fair tonight on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, like you were saying, of course, this is Melbourne's kind of down year. This is a retooling year. Obviously, Eau Gallie's at almost an all-time high for their school history. And this matchup holds a lot of history going back to the 60s. And Melbourne holds a 38-19-1 win record over the Commodores.
So 91 and 92 was not played. Technicality, if we wanted to go back even further, it started in the 30s and 40s, but Eau Gallie was actually called the Eagles. It was the Eau Gallie Eagles, and then they closed Eau Gallie. They sent all the kids to Mel High, so then the rivalry actually started again in 63, skipping 91 and 92, and that's where we're at today with one tie, the 39 wins and the 18 losses.
So like you were saying, Melbourne comes into this as an obvious underdog. I mean, it's just been kind of a rough season, but this is the type of trap game that Eau Gallie does not want to see. And a lot of teams will overlook a team like Mel High going into the playoffs next week. So Eau Gallie has to be careful here, and their coaches has to stay on top of it, because this Melbourne team, I mean, their defense is solid.
The defense is solid. They've been in the games. Coach Manucci can only do so much. There was one broadcast, I don't know if you were actually here with me, but in one sport game.
And here come your Melbourne.
That broadcast changed. Defense had 6 turnovers, and offense still could not get anything. So, crowd starters tonight. Some are hurt, some are due to the circumstances of last week's game in the era. We're not going to talk about that much, but you got a squad of Bulldogs, like, wanting to give it all. They got nothing to lose tonight. And here come the district champs, the Eau Gallie Commodores, coached by Chris Sands.
Yeah, and the trophy they'll be battling for is right over there here in the north end zone, if you can get a good look at that. Again, if you want to talk about that sponsor.
Yeah, Rachel's Auto Tech, home of the Million Mile Warranty, home of the Frankfurt Brent. They're doing actually a car show tomorrow from 10 to 1, $20 entry fee. It goes to the Cleveland County Clinic. All proceeds to they do it every year. It's a little car show that's on. Rachel's Auto Tech is a big sponsor here on the Car Sports Network. They are the sponsor of the trophy. I am in with them on it, but they are the main sponsor of the Battle of the Crossroads trophy. Yes, this game doesn't have a name, but I felt it needed something. But now we have the big actual one.
Yep.
And thank you again to Kilmer's Customs.
And last year, Melbourne got the better of Eau Gallie. Melbourne trying to repeat that same thing this year as Eau Gallie boots it off. It's going to be returned by Melbourne. And not much going there, but gets it up to about the 30-yard line, so Melbourne starts off with decent field position.
Bulldogs up to the 30-yard line.
And
First and 10.
they are wearing different uniforms, so if we mix up names of the numbers, because I saw in warm-ups, it looked like Padala was wearing 12 instead of 9. So I'm not sure about that.
No, I believe he's wearing 1 tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, they have him on here as 9, but he is not playing. Backup quarterback number 12 for the Melbourne Bulldogs is Brennan Waldrop, sophomore quarterback linebacker for Melbourne.
It's going to be number 12, so it's either Waldrop or Padala. Not sure, but they're going to be lined up in the gun. 3 receivers out wide. Takes a snap, high snap. Corrals is going to hand it off to Gut. Good gain of about 4 yards there.
First down, a couple yards for the Bulldogs. It'll be second down.
So Johnson goes along with a duo with Jalen Daly, the sophomore duo, headlines this backfield. And they've had a pretty good season up to this point. Johnson has 355 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Daly has 235 with 3 touchdowns. So the rushing attack is the focal point of this offense for the Melbourne Bulldogs. High snap, but it's caught by the running back. He's going to be brought down in the backfield and slammed down aggressively.
No gain for Melbourne. It'll be third down.
That's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, bring them back to a 3rd and 9.
Pick number 77 on the tackle for Eau Gallie. He's got no number on that.
Dalla getting the call from Coach Neighbor, the offensive coordinator for this Mel High's offense. So it's Waldrop at quarterback. Waldrop drops back to pass, slings over the middle, and it's tipped, almost intercepted, but too far. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 9, a punt situation for the Bulldogs here. As the Commodores defense forced the 3 and out, the intended receiver was number 9. I got the dollar as number 9, so
That pass covered by the Eau Gallie Commodores on that. 4th and 9.
whistles are blown by the referees. False start on the Bulldogs, so that's going to bring it back 5 more yards.
Take it back a few yards.
Not the way Melbourne wanted to start this first series off here. I know we have a lot of backups on backups in. We're just trying to make it through tonight and get ready for next season, 2024.
So back to punt for the Bulldogs is Moore. High snap, and that's going into the end zone, and the Commodores are going to fall on it. Quick touchdown for the Eau Gallie Commodores. As just
6 points for Eau Gallie.
Snap was nowhere close to the punter on that one.
No, it wasn't, and the punter did not even use his head on that. He could have kicked it out of bounds and got the safety. Instead, just stood around the ball and let Eau Gallie fall on it. And that's how this night's going to go. It's going to be a long night for the Bulldogs, Jason.
Already a rough start. Samoa. And that goes right through the upright. So a quick 7-0 lead. Not even a minute or just a minute into this game. So again, a rough start for the Bulldogs. Gotta bounce back with a better drive here. Gotta fix the snap because there was a couple snaps on the offensive drive alone that were high and caused a couple tackles for losses. So gotta clean up the mistakes against a team like Eau Gallie. Is a solid team coming in with an 8-1 record. Their only loss is to the number 3 team in the state, the Cocoa Tigers, and they ended up losing that one 28-7. So So not a bad loss when you compare how Coco's beaten up on teams this year, but just outmatching the Bulldogs at almost every position, especially with the Bulldogs down a couple starters tonight.
For the Bulldogs.
And Eau Gallie kicks it away short, little pooch kick, and he's blown up. He should have called for a fair catch there.
Yeah, he's going to be way late over there. See if he got the ball.
Now he did catch the ball. That's number 32. Jackson Eagle. So good job by Eagle. Good concentration to stay with that ball and take the hit. So now they have pretty good field position at their own 35-yard line here. Yep, that is Mr. Woodbury calling the game, the PA announcer for the Bulldogs. So Waldrop, the backup quarterback for the Bulldogs, is in the gun.
Dalla is out with a concussion.
High snap. Again, another high snap, and it leads to a tackle for loss. Rough going there for the Bulldogs. It's not rainy out. I don't understand why the snaps have been so wayward to start the game. Maybe a little jitters going against that defensive line for the Commodores.
It's really not the jitters. You got a quarterback that hasn't played with the center all year long, and you're asking him to come in and take the snap from the center that Padala is normally used to. And you know, right now they just lost a 5-7 yards on that first down by the bad snap.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 as they're going to go to the Wildcat here, I think. Another snap to the left, and he's going to take it himself, trying to get away, but brought down by
Number 10 of Eau Gallie.
Josh Roberts. That was Thorpe, lined up at quarterback for the Bulldogs. And again, another loss of about 5 more yards brings up 3rd and a mile. Waldrop's going to head back out there this time. So Waldrop is in the gun. It's going to be Johnson lined up to his left. Waldrop takes a snap, rolls out left, looks to throw, throws on the run, and just out of the reach for the intended receiver, which was Craig Bowles. So now they're punting.
Bulldogs looking at a 4th down.
Their own 20-yard line here.
Yeah, hopefully the snap's a little better here. They got the winds in the bag, so if the punters can get a decent punt off, it should knock them back about the 40-yard line with the wind. Back to Eau Gallie. I don't think it's for East. Can't see till he turns his shoulder.
So Moore again, another high snap, but Peralta this time almost blocked, but gets it away. Good little punt going past the 50. It's going to take a Melbourne bounce. What a bounce that punt is taking.
Bounces all the way down to
Almost to the 20-yard line.
the
So what a punt there by River Moore.
Over football, I'd like to thank Rich's Auto Tech, Coastal Hyundai, Crumple Cookies, DD Home Realty, Elijah and Shoots Photography, Elite Papers, Ferguson Automotive, and Florida Breeze. Thank you for your continued support.
And I'd like to thank our sponsor tonight, the Florida Health Insurance Exchange. The Florida Health Insurance Exchange will find the best options available for individual health insurance and Medicare plans. Not only will your Florida Health Insurance plan be customized for your specific needs. I'll go back to that after this play as Crooms takes a snap. He's going to toss it outside, and he's going to get a good little gain of about 5 yards. That's Latavius Welch. It says Jordan Allen, but it ain't Jordan Allen. I believe that's Deuce Ingram.
False start penalty against the Commodores is going to bring it back. Replay 1st down.
So that's going to bring him back 5 yards after the false start by Eau Gallie. it's going to be Crooms and Welch in the backfield. Croom takes the snap, is going to hand it off to Welch, and Welch tries to find a crease outside. He gets to the sideline, he's going to tiptoe for a little extra while he's hit out of bounds by Noah McNair. So McNair lays the hit on that one. But I believe it's going to be about a couple yards short of a first down, or way up. 2nd and 4.
Pick up 11 yards there.
So good run by Welch. The middle was closed up, but good job for him to bounce it outside. And Welch is another guy that leads this Commodores offense in rush yards. Froome takes a step, quick throw out to the right, and he's got space. He's only got one man to beat. He's going to beat him with speed, and there he goes down the sideline. Eau Gallie Commodores with the long touchdown run by DJ Hardison. So Hardison had the bubble screen, had a couple men to beat with his speed, and that's exactly what he did on that one.
Pitch and catch there by Eau Gallie for a 55-yard score there. $7:14 left in the first quarter.
Right through the uprights, that makes the score 14-0 with just about 5 minutes gone in this first quarter, so not the ideal start for the Bulldogs at all.
Yeah, not a great start for the Bulldogs, you know. Like I said, a lot of starters out tonight, some with illnesses, some with extracurricular activities that happened last week at Vieira. There's a couple, you know, guys that have been out for about 5 weeks, one with broken nose, time field. It wasn't worth him coming back. The Bulldogs wasn't making the playoffs, so he's going to be great for next season as a junior. And, you know, Bulldogs are going to fight tonight. It just happens to be 14-0 right now in the first. But, you know, like you said, we couldn't be here without our sponsors, Richie's Auto Tech, JT Andrews, Framing and Remodeling, P2K, Back Truck Services, Chrissy Downey and Corey Yipsy.
Daily back to receive for the Bulldogs.
Real Estate Remax, and Florida Health Exchange, Erica Valente. Thank you all for continuing supporting me and what I do here at the park.
Thank you all that. The sponsor, another little pooch kick goes there, and a little miscommunication, but it looks like it's Wright with the ball, and Wright is their starting linebacker, and nowhere to go for Wright. He's going to be tackled at about their own 18-yard line. No, you're good. So at the break, I'd like to continue thanking the Florida Health Insurance Exchange. Not only will your Florida Health Insurance plan be customized to your specific health insurance and Medicare plan, we will also find the right Florida health insurance and medical
Football would like to thank FWH and Associates, RBR Realty, Going Coastal Charters, Easy Natural Removal, Is It Body Treats, Slugabug, and Dr. Cheddar, PA. Thank you for your continued support.
To them, 14-0 Gallie leads. Waldrop hands it off the middle and nothing going there. That Commodores D-line is stout. Do we sound good? So Melbourne here takes over 14-0. Waldrop takes a snap, is going to hand it off the gut, and he keeps pushing forward for about 3 yards there.
Daly picking up about 3 yards right through the defense.
So Melbourne trying to work something here. 3rd and 5. Got to get a first down conversion on this play.
Hello to Miss Ernestine Clark watching tonight.
Waldrop takes a snap, looks to throw, and he throws it in coverage. Good grab there. That was the running back Johnson, but it looks to be out of bounds.
Johnson comes down out of bounds, so Melbourne's going to be forced to punt once again.
So good little play design. He was open. Nice throw by Waldrop. Just Johnson didn't get his feet down. Can't blame a running back for that one. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 6. Melbourne again is forced to punt. It's going to be Moore again back to punt for the Bulldogs. And Moore gets it off. Another solid punt by Moore. And Larisi's not going to have a chance, and that's exactly what you want if you're Melbourne. Keep it away from that kid at all times.
Yeah, if it gets in Larisi's hands, I met with the young man last night. You know, he's looking to get a couple more picks on the season to set the all-time record at Eau Gallie. But, yeah, they have to kick it away from Larise. He's going to be the return man. He's the #1 DB that's being recruited in the state of Florida. He's only a sophomore. Next year he can actually commit to a school, but right now he's at about 26 schools that are recruiting him hard. But the young man's got 2 years to decide. But great kid, great attitude, and good luck to him in the future. But Melbourne's going to come out on defense. Coach Panucci's been in this rivalry game since 2003. We played together. It was 69-7 victory that night. That's the largest margin of victory.
Did you say 61-7?
69-7 that we won in 2003.
Wow.
Jeff actually scored a touchdown as well. And that's the largest amount of victories, a 56-0 point spread.
So Melbourne's back out on defense, trying not to let another explosive play happen by this Commodores offense. Kroom takes a snap, fakes the handoff, is going to sling it outside to the right, and again another screen play, spins off, and he's going to get a first down and more. So Jamari Crooms is just slinging it out there and let the guys do the work for him. But there is a penalty on the Commodores, and this play is going to go backwards. Holding on the Commodores, so 10-yard penalty. So again, both of these teams are fighting for that trophy. The Battle of the Crossroads trophy. The trophy is sponsored by Rich's Auto Tech, so thank you to Rich's Auto Tech for sponsoring that trophy, along with others. Crooms motions a man, and he's going to hand it off to Welch. And Welch tries to find a crease, but nothing going there. Good job by Melbourne to come up and make that tackle on the slippery Welch. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and about 15.
Good stop by Melbourne there. Their whole defensive line coming together and working. One of their main starters is out tonight. Eau Gallie out here in twins.
So it's going to be Williams in the backfield this time. As he's going to hand it off to Devontae Williams. And Williams tries to stiff arm a couple of defenders, but good rally to the football by the Bulldogs.
But that's what kills you right there. As a coach, you get so ticked off that your receiver does not come off the line of scrimmage and just watches the running back get nailed. And that just ticks a coach off to the extreme right there. You want your receiver to run down the field, because if you're not going to run down, at least block for somebody, because right there, his man went and made the tackle on that play for Melbourne.
Yeah, and Williams is a powerful runner. He leads the team with carries at 126. And this time they're going to sub in Welch, so a little bit running back tandem going on. The junior duo of Welch and Williams. And it's going to be Welch. And Welch sprints through the middle, and he bursts off and spins off, and he keeps on running. There he goes, and he's brought down. Good touchdown saving tackle there by number 16, Jaden Patrick. But, man, what a run there by Latavius Welch. So the Commodores threatening to score again as Crooms lined up in the backfield with Small to his right. Crooms takes a snap, hands it off to Small up the middle, but good tackle there, first met by Tyler Gagan. So Gagan forced them to run into the middle of that Melbourne's defensive line as there's 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So EG trying to go up by 3 scores here in this first quarter as they lead 14-0. As it's Welch and Small again. I'm sorry, it's Crooms and Small in the backfield. He's going to motion a man. Welch takes a snap, hands it off the middle, and good tackle there. Good job to come up and make that play. I believe that was Randall Robinson. So coming off the edge, playing that outside backer position, came up and made a great tackle. So it brings up third and about 7. Crooms takes a snap, drops back to throw. He's going to throw it deep to the corner of the end zone, and it's knocked away by number 9. It's not Padala. So by a corner.
A good pass deflection by the Melbourne Bulldogs there to set up a fourth, but don't look for Chris Sands to punt here with the wind in his face. He's going to go for it 4th down and 8. Too much wind here to try to kick a field goal. That would be about a kicker from the third, about a 40-yard field goal, but they're going to take a timeout, talk it over. We'll see.
Yeah, he might trust his guy, but good point. He's not going to want to kick into the wind. And this offense has more than enough talent to pick up that 8 yards. So at this timeout break, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Rich's Auto Tech. Rich's Auto Tech is a local car repair that you can trust and home with a 1,000,000-mile warranty. Rich's Auto Tech is a family-owned and operated business unlike any other mom and pop shop. They have invested in the newest technology the industry has to offer. This means Rich can diagnose and repair your vehicle correctly the first time, getting you back on the road faster. Rich's ACE certified mechanics will ensure your vehicle is fixed correctly on your first visit, and they offer free loaner cars for their customers as well as other service perks. Locally and family owned, Rich's Auto Tech has been proudly serving the Space Coast for over 20 years. When you are looking for the best car repair in Melbourne, Florida, look no further than Rich's Auto Tech. And I'll get back to that after this play by the Commodores. As Crooms takes a snap, looks to throw, a little rollout right, and he's got a man, and that's Larisi. And Larisi's going to stiff arm, and it looks like he has enough to pick up the first down, and he does.
Yeah, Larisi comes in on these special plays for the Eau Gallie offense. They don't use him a lot on offense. He's mostly a DB, defensive back, corner, free safety for Eau Gallie. But right there you see him. He comes out of the backfield. Wide open pass connected for the Eau Gallie Commodores. Another kind of a shocking score, which I've not been a fan of all season. Heritage is struggling with Bayside, only 7-0 in the second in the battle of that the Bay there.
Well, credit to Bayside for staying in that one. As it's going to be Crooms. He's going to hand it off to Williams, and Williams again, nice tackle by Randall Robinson. So good read by Randall Robinson. Looks like they're running that RPO offense, and he was all over the run that time. So only picked up 2 yards on that one, brings up 2nd and 8. Again, for more information on Rich's Auto Tech, visit online to book an appointment at www.richesautotech.com or call 726-0636 or drop by the shop located at 39 North Irwin Avenue off of 192. So it's going to be Crooms and Williams again in the backfield. Crooms this time looks to throw over the middle, and it's caught for an easy Eau Gallie Commodores touchdown as Crooms threads the needle to Terrell Robinson.
It was just like Melbourne's defensive back just watched them, didn't even want to hit them on that play. I don't understand. You know, I know you're outmatched here. You still got to fight for a victory. If you don't want to play the game, then you got tennis, you got something else. But if you're going to play football, you got to show some effort right there.
Yeah, good point. So again, Eau Gallie and fumbled the snap, and the kicker's just going to have to try to run it, and he's brought down. So the extra point is no good, and the score remains 20-0 here with 26 seconds left here in the first quarter. So on offense, the Bulldogs have a backup quarterback in Waldrop, so not much to do against a talented defense like the Commodores. They're trying to run the ball, but when you got guys like Sandman Thompson, the Oregon commit, it's tough sledding up there when you have a backup quarterback in.
Yeah, it is. You know, Melbourne receiving the ball for the third time tonight. Yeah, it'd be third time tonight. I was thinking four because they got the opening kick, but Melbourne not looking like the old Bulldogs that we know that they can. There might be a little fight left in them. Another little pooch kick taken about the 25 and gets up to about the 29. It'd be first down and 10, Melbourne.
The 33-yard line, it'll be first and 10 for Melbourne.
So Brennan Waldrop is going to trot back out there to try to get his team in the end zone. So we were talking about Larisi on the backside, and he is tied for third in the state in interceptions with 7. So just a talented and special kid, and that kid is only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's trying to get the record. I talked to him last night. He wants to get the record tonight against Melbourne for a regular season. I don't know if they count the postseason as well as the season, but if he doesn't get it tonight, then they do. He will get it this year.
Waldrop muff snap, and that one's on the quarterback. He's just going to chuck it deep into double coverage, and almost intercepted. Waldrop put a lot on that ball, actually. Threw it almost 50 yards or 40 yards.
Yeah, Waldrop can throw the ball. I haven't seen a lot of consistency out of it. It was good coverage downfield for Eau Gallie. I believe Small looks like he's going both ways tonight.
Yeah, I believe it was Small, and
he's a junior. Eau Gallie's not. They're older and juniors, so there'll be a senior-loaded team next year.
Another high snap corralled by Waldrop, just gets it off to Johnson, and Johnson has nowhere to go, met by almost the whole defense of the Commodores.
Kind of an early whistle there because the running back was still moving his feet. I know he was kind of stopped, but it was actually moving forward.
Yeah. But they're going to mark it as a loss and one, and I agree with you. He could have definitely – that's when you look for your offensive lineman to get behind you and push you for a couple more yards. So that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter, as the score is 20-0. The Eau Gallie Commodore leads the Melbourne Bulldogs. So at this little break, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors tonight, between Rich's Auto Tech, Florida Health Insurance Exchange, JT Andrews Remodeling and Building. And do you have any other sponsors you'd like to thank, Daryl?
Yeah, P2K, Chrissy Damney, and Corey Uti. Hooters of Melbourne always feeds us before the game, takes care of us. They're always a good sponsor here. But anybody that has come on with, like Ashley Westbrook, Florida Health Exchange, anybody that has followed me anywhere I go, they know I love what I do, and I just appreciate your continuation of helping me, bring these games to you guys. And without their help, we couldn't do this. So please, this Christmas and Thanksgiving season, folks, if you need anything, please shop local and think local first before we go to, I know we all got to go to the big stores, but just think these sponsors here first if they can help you out anyway.
Cocoa leading Rockledge 14-0. Not sure of the quarter, but somebody commented down in there. And if you guys have any more scores that and if you can comment the score in the quarter, that'd be amazing for us here up in the booth. Waldrop muffs another snap, and he is met immediately in the backfield, and he's going to be sacked by Josh Roberts. So the muff snap gave Roberts enough time to shoot in there, and he got the sack. So again, this Battle of the Crossroads, they're fighting for that trophy over there, that beautiful trophy, sponsored by Rich's Auto Tech.
And 17 is not more. It is, I'm trying to get the name.
Trevor Causey, I believe, is their kicker.
Yeah.
So Causey punts it away, and not a good punt, but it takes a decent little bounce. Doesn't get past the 50. So Eau Gallie's going to start in Melbourne territory at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, big rivalry games all week. You got the Barbecue Bowl. You got the Battle of right now against Heritage. Last I looked, it was 7-0. The Palm Bay Satellite game is going on. I'll try to get a score on that. And then you got Vieira. It was 7-0 up on Titusville, and Vieira loses it that game. They're on probably the outside looking in. Right now they're in the playoffs, but they could be out if they do lose that game.
So Crooms is going to motion a man. Not ready for the snap that time. He's going to hand it off to Williams, and Williams trying to go outside, but good pursuit and good contain by that Bulldog defense to keep him out, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, very good pursuit on the defense by Coach Panucci. Like I said, he's been in this rivalry game since 2003, so he's been in this rivalry for 20 years as a coach and a player here at Melbourne.
So it brings up 2nd and 11 for the Commodores. Crooms in the gun. He's going to hand it off up the gut, and he's going to keep going. I thought he was brought down. But
no, just arm tackling, killing Melbourne right there. I mean, they had him wrapped up at the 45, but gave him another 5 yards to the 40 for Eau Gallie.
And now it brings up a 3rd and short rather than what would have been a 3rd and 8. So it's going to be Williams again as the back, as this Eau Gallie team loves to rotate their 3 main backs. And just going to hand it up the middle again. And good tackle. It's going to be a close spot, but I think
he's got enough for the first down.
See what the referees motion here. And they're going to give him the first down. So, fresh set of downs for the Commodores. As it was Devontae Williams picking up the first down there. The running game has been going for these Commodores. And now Welch, their main back. Crooms takes the snap, and again, just going to hand it up the gut to Welch, and Welch gets a nice gain of about 8 yards there. So again, that acceleration by Welch is just running through those arm tackles like you said earlier. They got to be able to square up Welch and bring him down. The score is 20-0, 8:45 left to go here in the second quarter.
2 7-0 ball games in Vieira and Titusville, and Palm Bay and Satellite. Palm Bay is up and Vieira.
As again, Crooms just going to hand it off to Welch, and Welch tries to find space on the outside, but I think he's going to be marked short of a first down.
Yeah, Melbourne's in kind of a 4-4 right now, walking a linebacker up to a 5. But they might need to go to a 5-man front to stop the run. But then you got to play man coverage with the DBs.
Yep, and that's exactly where they
with the
got
receiver.
them.
So it's a dang if you do, dang if you don't situation for the Melbourne defense.
Yeah, and with the RPO kind of offense by these Commodores, I think he's very hesitant to load the box and leave his guys one-on-one on an island with these talented receivers. Kroom takes a snap, drop back the throw. He's going to throw it deep right side, but a little miscommunication there. Throws it out of bounds as his receiver stopped at about the 20-yard line.
Now, if Chris Sands might think for a field goal, since he's got a 20-0 lead, but, it's 4th and inches. So, I mean, he's got two good options. He's going to leave the offense out there, which is not a bad call.
And I think that's exactly why I think he took the shot on third and inches, because he knew that it was 2-down territory at that point.
Chris Sands, the head ball coach of Eau Gallie. Dave Kintyre, the head ball coach of Melbourne.
Crooms takes the snap, is going to hand it off the gut, and that's Williams. And Williams tries to break through, comes back inside, tries to juke back outside, but is tackled down by Kyle Berger. So Williams, a tough guy to bring down, but brought him down in open field, a touchdown-saving tackle. But the Commodores did pick up a first down, and they move it inside the 10-yard line, so it makes it 1st and goal.
Yeah, just arm tackling again for Melbourne there, They got to wrap up. This is a heavy ball carrier for Eau Gallie.
Williams again, this time brought down from behind.
Flag does fly in.
Yeah. So that's going to bring him back 10 more yards, but good tackle by Donald Clark, the defensive end for Melbourne, to read that play and attack the run. So that's going to set him back to about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, Eau Gallie's backs has been doing a phenomenal job. Their offensive line, the backs cannot get, what they're getting for Eau Gallie without that offensive. The big man's up front opening the line for Eau Gallie tonight.
It's going to be Crooms and Williams again in the backfield for the Commodores. Crooms fakes the handoff, rolls out right. He's going to toss it right, and he's got nothing but open space, and he's got a blocker, and it's going to be a touchdown, Eau Gallie Commodores.
Wide
DJ
open.
Hardison.
Wide open in the flats for Eau Gallie.
Beautifully designed play, and they did the same play when it was 4th and short, and they did the same play with Larisi before the first quarter ended. And that time they went in for a touchdown, and I believe that was Hardison's 2nd touchdown of the game. So the whistle blows before the ball snapped for the extra point attempt. But looked like it was nothing. They're just going to redo. And attempting the extra point for the Commodores is Samoa. Excuse me if I mispronounced that name. And he's going to be no good. Oh, it's going to be good. Sneaks in there. So a line drive just sneaked into the uprights as that makes the score 26-0 with 6:27 left to go here in quarter number 2. At the stoppage of play, I'd like to thank our sponsor again, Rich's Auto Tech. Rich's Auto Tech is a family-owned and operated business. Unlike other moms and pop shops, they have invested in the newest technology the industry has to offer. This means Rich's can diagnose and repair your vehicle correctly the first time, getting you back on the road faster. Rich's ACE certified mechanics will ensure your vehicle is fixed correctly on your first visit, and they offer free loaner cars for their customers as well as other service perks. For more information and to book an appointment online, visit www.richesautotech.com or call 321-726-0636 or drop by the shop located at 39 North Irwin Avenue off of 192. The score is 27-0. Commodores lead the Bulldogs as they're going to kick it off, and that's going to be Daly to return, and Daly's trying to get outside, but no blocking for Daly, but Daly squeaks through there, gets it back to about the 18-yard line. Get more on Rich's, and be sure to stop by Rich's Auto Tech tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Big Breaks for Breast car show. Details on BSN Facebook page. So if you're interested in any type of car show, stop by Rich's. Again, that's located at 39 North Irwin Avenue off of 192 for the car show for the Big Breaks for Breast. Also, the Battle of the Crossroads trophy is sponsored by Rich's Auto Tech. Waldrop. This time corrals the snap's going to hand it off to Williams, and Williams slips and falls. Looks like he tried to cut back, but legs flew up from underneath him. Under 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. The Commodores lead 27-0. Again, if you have any scores around the county, just drop it down in the comments. We'd love to know the scores going on. As Waldrop drops back to throw and through the hands of the intended receiver. Again, number 9, not sure of the number. It's listed as Padala's number, but that's not Jordan Padala. So that brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs here. As again, a rough go at the offensive side of the football. No positive yards on this drive. As you got trips to the bottom of your screen, Waldrop looks to throw, and he's taking his time, and he loses the football, and it's still loose, and it's a live football, and it's going to be returned by the Commodores. Everybody stopped playing. I don't know what they were thinking out there. And the touchdown was by number big 54, Redmond Thompson. I mean, the offensive line and the receivers just stopped play like the ball was dead, but the ball was still rolling around. And Eau Gallie with the heads-up play to scoop it up and score.
Yeah, good heads up by Eau Gallie, not stopping. You know, Melbourne just everybody stopped. I don't know if they thought they heard a whistle or what. Quarterback's holding on to the ball way too long, has to get rid of it, knowing what your line's trying to protect. He doesn't have much time, so you got to take what you get, but you cannot hold on to the ball, and once again, that's what happens.
And the extra point is good. That makes the score 34-0. 5:10 left here in the first half. So Eau Gallie is routing the Bulldogs so far in this first half. As one thing I know just playing for these Bulldogs last year is none of these coaches on the field will let you quit. So these players will not quit. Game's not over until the buzzer sounds in the fourth quarter. That's exactly what they're telling their guys. So
So 5:10 left in the second quarter. Eau Gallie is out to a commanding lead. Some of these Bulldogs has got the heart to do what they need to do, but, some of them you want to ask yourselves, are you really into this tonight? Mm-hmm. I know it's 34-0. Just do a showing. I know you're outmatched. Just do a showing for yourself. Don't have to do it for the fans. Go out there and play what you can play. It's going to be tough. You're going to get hit, but you got to do your best you can. And I know this ain't the best Bulldogs can do.
And it's going to be returned by Johnson. And Johnson has good speed and good power as Johnson keeps on trucking. Brought down at the 35-yard line. So Waldrop looking to change the outcome of this game with a score here and make it somewhat manageable for these Bulldogs to come back. And just like you said, Daryl, you're absolutely right that these players, some of them seem like they're not playing for the team, and that's not what you want. I know there's leaders on this Melbourne team, and I know those coaches are telling those guys, play for your team, don't play selfish, and don't give up on yourself most importantly.
Correct. And, Melbourne's got a decent field position here at the 35. See what they can do on this drive.
As Waldrop takes a snap, hands it off the middle to Johnson, and just that offensive line was crushed backwards, and Johnson had nowhere to go. That's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, so it brings up 2nd and 12.
The quarterback should have took that one and not gave it. I mean, the take was open all the way on the RPO and just gave it to the running back, and he just ran into a wall of defenders from Eau Gallie, led by that defensive line, big number 76. Yeah, there's
72, I think. Yeah, that's Thompson. Yeah, 72. Waldrop takes a snap, and again, looks like he hesitates on the handoff, but Johnson fights through it anyways. So that sets him up with a 3rd and manageable.
Timeout, Eau Gallie.
So Commodores take a timeout. At this timeout, I'd like to thank our sponsor, the Florida Health Insurance Exchange. The Florida Health Insurance Exchange will find the best options available for individual health insurance and Medicare plans. Not only will your Florida Health Insurance plan be customized to your specific health insurance and Medicare plans needs, but you will also find the right Florida Health Insurance and Medicare plans at the right price and great customer service. When it comes to maintaining your personal health, one choice can lead to a lifetime insurance. The Florida Health Insurance Exchange strives to provide affordable health insurance and Medicare plans options and personalized health insurance support that can get you off and run toward a stronger, healthier you. Thank you to the Health Insurance Exchange.
3rd down here, Chase. Let's see if Melbourne get a 1st down.
One of the biggest plays of the game for the Bulldogs. The score is 34-0. And Kentai calls a timeout, so the Bulldogs want to discuss their 3rd down play here. And you got to imagine this is 4-down territory.
I would say maybe, but I just don't think so just yet. If you're about at the 50, yes. I mean, you're 10 yards down. Thanks, Dan. You're 10 yards, away from the 50. It's hard to say to go for it on 4th down. I know you're at 34-0 deficit, but
I'd say if they cut it to 2 yards or shorter, they have to.
I agree with that. I'll go with you on that.
So Waldrop is going to hand it right back off to Johnson, and Johnson is going to get the 1st down.
And Keani Johnson gets the 1st down for the Melbourne Bulldogs, the first down of the night. And the crowd is excited about that. Everyone knows we're going into a buzzsaw with the Eau Gallie Commodores tonight. Just their year. Great team. I got them going at least the 2nd, 3rd round, depending on the matchup. They could go further.
Waldrop Little play action, keeps it himself. The option play, and good run by Waldrop to spin off a defender, but he is hit.
He was hit hard, but as that defender came in with his helmet, I was surprised you did not see a flag on that, because that was a spear from up here. Not as saying Eau Gallie's playing dirty, but we've all played football. But he was coming in with a head spear on that one.
Yeah.
But good first down, another first down by Melbourne.
34-0, Eau Gallie leads. Waldrop takes a snap, another hesitation, and the more he hesitates, the less time Johnson has to move in the backfield. So that's going to be a loss of about 2.
Number 20, Brandon Brown, in for Eau Gallie.
As Daly's going to go in the backfield for Johnson. Waldrop takes the snap, hands it off to Daly. Daly tries to cut back inside and keeps pushing. So good effort by Daly. He's going to get about 5 yards on that carry. Brings up 3rd and 8. As Eau Gallie's going to take a timeout with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to go here in the first half.
I want to say that's Eau Gallie's 3rd and final of the half.
I think you're right, because they called one early.
And they've just called 2 on this drive. That's all I ask of the Bulldog, tonight, as a broadcaster, commentator, fan, supporter, whatever you want to say. But, you go into seasons that you're outmanned. And it's going to happen year in, year out. I've already said it. It happened. It's in Youth League 2 now. I went back down to flag football coaching, which they don't jump as much yet. Mm-hmm. You get up in the tackle divisions, they're doing just like they're allowed in high school. And for me, it hurts you as a coach, because you coach them up so much, and then you go and leave to do an all-star team.
Mm-hmm. Waldrop takes a snap, drops back to throw again, holding on to the ball, but it looks like he threw that one. The whistle should have blown. And they're going to give Eau Gallie the ball, but, he definitely threw that ball from my point of view up here. But they're going to give it to Eau Gallie. No reviews here, so.
Wow.
Commodores football, and they take over with good field position. As you hear the boos rain down from this Melbourne crowd, as I can agree with them on that one. He was definitely throwing that football. So the Commodores take over here. Carter Black making his debut. So freshman Carter Black, brother of Cody Black, making his debut for Melbourne.
So Gallie accepts the gift.
Thank you, Mr. Brett, for pointing that out. Didn't even catch that. But it's going to be Eau Gallie ball, and Crooms motions a man. He's going to be used as a blocker for Welch, and Welch has incredible acceleration. Look at that man run as Welch is ripped down by his helmet.
Oh,
so that's going to be a face mask penalty.
It's one way to get him down, not the way you want him to get down, but.
Stop the touchdown, but it's going to add 15 yards to the end of that.
Yeah, it'll be down to about the inside the. Oh, there's 2 penalties.
Penalties on both teams.
Oh, wow.
There's one. Oh, wow.
So
wow.
What a break for Melbourne there.
Yeah.
So they're going to replay first down after the explosive run by Latavius Welch.
And I don't know, they're taking a DB out for Melbourne, sending in another lineman. Coach Panucci's going to try anything tonight.
Minute 50 left to go in this game. Or in the first half, I'm sorry. Eau Gallie leads 34-0. as Crooms is in the backfield with Welch. Motioning Makai Biggs all over the backfield. Again, Biggs sent in motion. Crooms takes his snap, going to hand it off to Welch. A little outside zone action. And Welch has the speed, and he's going to go. I think he's got one man to beat, and he's going to beat him. Latavius Welch all the way in.
Just a...
Yeah, it's going to be a late hit. He was well in the end zone. Just frustration by those Bulldogs.
Just a big, big run. I mean, that running back exploded out of the backfield for Eau Gallie, and Chris Sands running all the way down there to get his troops back. He doesn't want to get any of them suspended for next week.
Yeah.
But a huge 60-yard run for the Eau Gallie Commodores.
I mean, that kid Welch is, I mean, he was just a blur the way he just sped up on that one. As that was Welch's 10th touchdown on the season, so into double digits for Latavius Welch. So I think they're going to enforce this on the kickoff.
Yeah, they will, and we will already have a running clock to start the second half.
Yeah. So after this extra point, I believe it would be a running clock. With the score being 40-0, running clock is 35 points. And Samoa kicks it through. Makes the score 41-0. Eau Gallie leads the Melbourne Bulldogs with 1:34 left to go here in the first half. And at the stoppage, I'd like to thank Rich's Auto Tech. Rich's ACE certified mechanics will ensure your vehicle is fixed correctly on your first visit, and they offer free loaner cars for their customers as well as other service perks. Rich's Auto Tech has been proudly serving the Space Coast for over 20 years. When you are looking for the best car repair in Melbourne, Florida, look no further than Rich's Auto Tech. Visit online at www.richesautotech.com to book an appointment or call 321-726-0636 or drop by the shop located at 39 North Irwin Avenue off 192. Also, be sure to stop by tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Big Breaks for Breast car show. More details on the Brevard Sports Network Facebook page. And also for them sponsoring the trophy tonight, the Battle of the Crossroads Trophy.
7-7 contest between Satellite and Palm Bay. Both teams fighting for a playoff spot there. Heritage is up big on the Bayside Bears. They have a running clock in the second half. They're set a...
Samoa kicks it off, and it's returned by Johnson. And Johnson looking for blocking. Tries to bounce off his own guys, and he keeps on trucking. Got to love the effort. But gets up to the 21-yard line.
So Heritage will set the all-time shutout record if Bayside doesn't score at that game. 14-14 all at Vieira and Titusville.
Oh, wow. So Melbourne takes over at their own 21, and the running clock doesn't start until the second half, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Eau Gallie leads 41-0. Waldrop takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Johnson, and Johnson gets about 5 yards. And
7-yard pickup for the Bulldogs makes it second down.
The clock's going to tick under a minute to go here, and Melbourne looks to take their time. So
yeah, Melbourne's just trying to get out of this half.
Waldrop takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson tries to fight, keeps on going. He's going to pick up a Melbourne Bulldogs first down. But again, I think Melbourne's just content with going down to the end of the first half.
Yeah, good first down for them. Looking like they're just going to run one more play here.
So fresh set of downs for the Bulldogs. Clock ticks under 20 seconds to go. One more play, most likely until the end of the first half. And fumble. And if it's picked up by Eau Gallie, they are in, with the win, they're probably in field goal range. It'd be a long one, but wow. So 9 seconds left. I think Eau Gallie's out of timeouts.
They are out of timeouts.
So muffed handoff, miscommunication between the quarterback and the running back. Again, a backup quarterback in there for Melbourne. So these things are destined to happen. Just tough sledding for this Bulldogs team as a whole. As Eau Gallie's going to come out. Yeah, there's a little confusion. Not sure what's going on. They're going to catch themselves a delay game with no timeouts. And a player's missing. You better hurry up to the line. Crooms with Williams to his right. Crooms takes the low snap, and he's going to be sacked. So good way to end the half for the Bulldogs. That was Daniel Negron on the sack. So that will end the first half as the Commodores lead 41-0 over the Melbourne Bulldogs in this historic battle. And if the band performs, which I think they are, I'll unplug so you can hear them. But for right now, we're going to mute it, and we'll be right back with second half action.
By Yellow Brick Road, a musical journey following the Yellow Brick Road through the decades. Selections include Somewhere Over the Rainbow, If I Only Had a Brain, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Ease On Down the Road, and Defying Gravity. Their band captain is Charles Garcia Belletti. Drum majors are Madison Hirsch, Shelby Burris, and Tristan Spirlosi. Band ready. You may begin your show. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for the Eau Gallie High School Marching Commodores! Now please welcome to the field for their senior night performance, the Pride of They're led onto the field by their drum makers, Emma Brock, Sammy Smith, and Rosie Zaricki. Their show this evening is titled Upside Down and features music from the Netflix show Stranger Things, featuring music from Journey, Kate Bush, Metallica, and The Who.
Silver one.
I'll record just this.
Hey, did you like that? Did you like that, Mel High?
I'll be able to zoom this way.
That was a good one. That was a good one. You nailed that one.
Where I zoomed in on this guy right there. Hey, Danny. I've tried that plume onto his marimba. It's never coming off. I was like, "Ah!" It's on there.
It's gonna be like ding 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 dong ding ding ding.
No, it's just it's on a like a nut. Yeah. Do you see it?
It's gonna be the plume rimba.
You know.
Drum majors, is your band ready? You may begin your show.
All right, and we're back live from Tom McIntyre Stadium for second half action between the Bulldogs and the Commodores as Eau Gallie leads 41-0, as it was a tough first half for the Bulldogs. And Mr. Daryl Duran, can I get your thoughts on that first half for the Bulldogs?
Don't really have any, bud, to be honest with you. I mean, Melbourne, yes, they're going up against a buzzsaw, but this is it's a little bit of some of the players wanting to play, and I think some of the players know they're, in a uphill battle. But I just hope the Melbourne can turn something around in the second half, at least put some points on the scoreboard. I've seen weirder things happen, but it is a running clock, and they're down 6 scores right now. So it's going to be a tough road, but a little bit of good running by Keani Johnson, the freshman running back for Melbourne. But we'll see what can happen. Anything, Bulldogs going to be on defense. Eau Gallie is going to be on the offense. Eau Gallie might sit some starters in this second half, even though it's a rivalry game. You don't want to get them thrown out for chippiness, because the Bulldogs got nothing to lose right now.
Absolutely. And just a week before the playoffs start, as Kazi kicks it away, and it's going to be returned by the Commodores, and he's going to be just gone out of bounds.
Number 2 on the return for Eau Gallie.
Hardison. So Eau Gallie's going to start with the ball here, as again, running clock. So if Melbourne wants a chance in this game, they got to cause a couple turnovers. And they've been good at that all year. They've caused 23 turnovers this year. And, just for perspective, the national average turnover for per a season is 12 turnovers a game. So Panucci's defense has done a great job of getting those turnovers for the offense. So a couple of those, and who knows, this could be a game again like Daryl, you said earlier.
And Eau Gallie's not in a rush time. They're going to take their time here too as well.
Yeah, and they have the backup quarterback, and I'll get you his name here soon, as they hand it off to Welch. And Welch just keeps on trucking, and he has a lane on the outside, cuts back in, and he's tried to be hawked down by a couple Bulldogs, as the fans call for a holding penalty on the DB. But a long, long run by Welch, and we've seen a couple of those tonight.
Yeah, another long by Welch. Eau Gallie just coming out streaming. And looking like couple going out, couple going in for Eau Gallie. Now they're inside the Riches Autotech red zone at the 14-yard line.
And their new quarterback in is Brody Grantland. So the sophomore quarterback getting some reps here, as Grantland's in the gun with Williams. And he's going a little touch pass here, and he's got a lane on the outside and puts his shoulder down, tries to fight for the pylon, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it. Mark short. That was Makai Biggs on the reception and the run. So that puts him at about the 2-yard line, and Sanders is a big, short, stout running back, and can't imagine they do anything else but hand it off the middle here. And that's exactly what they're going to do. But Sanders fumbles, and this could be an opportunity for Melbourne. Let's see what the referees say. And it's going to be the Melbourne Bulldogs football.
Another turnover by Panucci's defense.
Just talked about it before the second half started. And what a time to come up with it there after the big run by Welch, touchdown saving tackle. And what a way not to give up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're backed up in your own end zone at the 2-yard line with a guy like Sanders coming at you, and you poke that ball free. Just credit to the players and credit to the coaching for not giving up in this 41-0 game. But the bad part about this is the offense that hasn't done anything today is backed up at their own 2-yard line here. So Waldrop, and the whistle blows, and I think they're going to get him for a false start, but we'll see. They didn't make a signal. Did you see a signal?
No, probably inadvertent whistle there. So replay a first down.
Yep, so replay first down here. 8:30 left here in this third quarter. Again, it's a running clock, so the clock is ticking fast. Waldrop takes a snap, is going to hand it off to Johnson, and Johnson's met in the backfield. He's got to get out of his own end zone, and he doesn't. Man, tough break for the Bulldogs, and that's going to be a safety. 2 more points for the Commodores, and the Commodores are going to get the ball back here. So the offensive line was just pushed backwards there. Johnson ran into his own guy's back and had nowhere to go but the ground.
And now you're going to get a free kick from the 20-yard line of Melbourne. Can either punt it or they can kick it off a tee. Not the way Melbourne wanted to start that drive out. They were backed up in their own end zone. Just could not get any power going out.
Just tough sledding all night for this Bulldogs offense. So it looks like they're going to kick it off a tee here as referee setting up the tee at the 20-yard line. And back to return for the Commodores is Xavier Larisi and Terrell Robinson. And it's going to be Trevor Causey, the one to kick it off. And Causey, good little boot. That's going to go to Hardison. And Hardison stops it from going out of bounds. And Hardison's going to take it up. Tries to cut back inside, spins off a couple defenders and keeps going. It's going to be brought down at the 50-yard line.
And I think Melbourne was wanting him to kick it out of bounds and just could not get it out of bounds there. But Eau Gallie's going to start with it at the 50-yard line. Let's see what Coach Panucci's defense can do and cause another turnover for the Bulldogs here.
So after the fumble, Eau Gallie looks to bounce back and get in the end zone here, even though their defense put up a safety. As Grantland remains at quarterback for the Commodores. So they're sitting out Crooms, resting him. Make sure nothing else happens. He's going to motion Biggs, and he's going to sling it. Number 6, and it's tipped, almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted by Melbourne. Good defense there by the corner and the safety for the Bulldogs.
That was Jaden Patrick, the corner on the coverage. So ticking under 5, almost 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Gallie looking to finish off their great season. 8-1 right now, looking to become 9-1. Motions Biggs in the orbit. Little fumble snap by Grantland. And Grantland his knee was definitely down. And the sack goes to Johnny Wright, the middle linebacker.
Great pressure by Johnny Wright on that play. Number 51 senior. Melbourne's got some shoes to fill with him leaving.
And haven't said much of Johnny Wright's name today, but said his name throughout the season as he is tied for second in the state in total tackles with 145. Also has recorded 2 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles, so definitely a force to be reckoned with on Panucci's defense there. So Grantland motions Biggs again. This time he's just going to hand it off the gut. And Sanders has a crease. There goes Sanders. Is he going to outrun the corner? No, he's tracked down from behind by number 9.
Commodores down to the 14.
So again, another touchdown saving tackle by the Bulldogs, but they're letting those Commodores burst through that line.
Yeah, a big run there for Eau Gallie.
I mean, just multiple 30-yard plus runs in this game alone. There's got to be at least 4 or 5 of them in this game.
Correct.
And it puts the Commodores in striking position here inside the red zone. As Grantland's in the gun again, back at running back is Sanders, and he's going to give it right back to Sanders to finish the drive. And Sanders brought down by Johnny Wright, among others there.
Melbourne trying to rip that ball out at the 9.
And that's really the only hope they have right now, as the clock is already at 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. The clock will only stop if, I believe, the Bulldogs.
And we got a rocket launch going off here
going
at the
off.
Space Coast. Here at Tom McIntyre Stadium. Another Falcon rocket.
Perfect view of that rocket here. Going into space.
And Eau Gallie is going to take it up the middle. Stopped by Melbourne at the 2-yard line. Hello, Hunter. We got it.
You got it. Yeah. Want to get it more? There we go. All right, we're going to go back to the game here as Eau Gallie's threatening to score 2nd and goal. Grantland takes a snap, hands it off to Sanders, and Sanders is in for a Commodores touchdown. Makes the score 49-0. I'm going to bring you back to that rocket. Get a good angle out here, maybe. There we go. So nice little rocket launch on a beautiful night here. This is perfect football weather. Can't beat this. As Eau Gallie attempts the extra point. And the extra point is good to make this 50-0.
The kick is good. With 1 minute left in the third quarter, it's Eau Gallie 50 and
So just an absolute routing going on here. And Eau Gallie, with a minute left in the third quarter, is going to look to take home the Battle of the Crossroads trophy. And that trophy is sponsored by Rich's Auto Tech. So thank you to Rich's Auto Tech. And stop by Rich's Auto Tech tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Big Breaks for Breast Car Show. For more details, visit BSN on the Facebook page.
Yeah, and once again, I'd like to thank Ashley Westbrook, P2K, JT Andrews, Framing Remodeling, Rich's Auto Tech, everyone that has sponsored this year, Florida Health Exchange with Erica Valente. Thank you all for continuing supporting what I do and what I try to bring to the community. And it's been a good ride this year. It's going to be final game for the Bulldog broadcast this year, but we're definitely seeing next year as we're going to go to the fourth quarter. But thank you to all of our sponsors. Could not do it without you. So please, this Christmas and Thanksgiving season, think local and shop local, because the people that support these broadcasts support the kids of this community. Thank you, everybody, and almost good night from Double D. I'm going to walk down and get ready to present the trophy to Eau Gallie.
Yep. So the fourth quarter is going to start here with a kickoff by the Commodores. So, again, the clock won't stop unless an injury or Melbourne wants to call a timeout. And Melbourne just looking to stop the bleeding here. to get rid of that goose egg is something they're aiming for, so they're not going to back down from trying to push the ball down the field. Again, Melbourne is shorthanded. A lot of backups in for Melbourne and just a young team. Daryl said the perfect phrase, a buzzsaw in the Commodores. As they're going to kick it away.
Taken by Wright for Melbourne. Looking for some running room. He's battling his way up to about the 33, and that's 1st and 10 Melbourne.
1st and 10 for Melbourne from the 33.
Let's get a touchdown, Bulldogs. How about it?
Yeah, let's take that goose egg off the board. And what'd you say your record was at?
I ain't saying it because it's getting close.
Oh, my bad.
I need a touchdown from the Bulldogs. Next one, if Melbourne doesn't score, next one will break the all-time differential record by both teams.
So Waldrop, first time we're seeing Waldrop in the empty here, as they have nothing left to do but throw the football with the running clock. And Waldrop's just going to take the quarterback draw. And gain of about 4 yards there.
Waldrop on the carry. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, Jeff. I picked them to win.
So 2nd and 5.
Not this big, though, Jeff. Hopefully Melbourne gets a score here.
As it looks to be number 7. And he's going to throw it, and it's almost intercepted. Just overthrew his receiver by a lot. And in at quarterback that time, I don't believe that's Deuce Ingram.
Yeah, number 7 is Ingram. Well, number 7's Ingram on our play. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think Ingram's a little taller than that.
Yes, he is. So
number 7's at quarterback. If you know who that is, just let us know in the comments. As he's going to take the snap, looks to throw, and it's going to be caught at right around the 1st down marker. Let's see if they give it to him.
I believe that is the JV quarterback of Melbourne.
Yep, it's Carter Fisher.
Carter Fisher. That's who I was fixing to go with.
Brett.
Brett, yeah.
Thank you, Brett. Appreciate that. So Fisher picks up the 1st down for the Bulldogs on a nice little throw and catch. As it ticks under 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
They spot the ball as a 1st down Bulldogs.
You hear the crowd get excited over that 1st down. All the positives you can take out is all you're looking for as a Melbourne coach, fan, player, whatever you are. Looking for some sort of positive as Fisher lines up in the gun with Johnson. To his left as he's going to roll out, and he's going to sling it, and that was holding.
I agree with you on that. I mean, I seen that, but
that was just blatant holding there, but they didn't call it. They're just going to let the game go on. The score is 50-0, the Commodores lead. So 2nd and 10, the intended receiver on that one was, I believe it was Jack Casey, number 10. Fisher takes a snap. He's going to roll left, and he's got to watch out from behind him, and he is brought down hard by 2 Commodores combining on that tackle.
Yeah, it looked like a face mask from up here how he went down, but he did get pulled down pretty hard there.
Eric Lugo was the Commodore in on that one. So again, Melbourne just taking their time in the huddle, About 7:20 left to go here in quarter number 4. So Fisher making sure his guys know where to go. And I believe that's Daly to his right. Fisher just doesn't look in the snap completely, but heads up play by him to just jump on it. Scores 50-0. Eau Gallie leads. But now a 4th and 20. And
Melbourne's going to send the punting unit out.
yeah. So 4th and a mile. Got to send the punting unit out. 6.5 to go here. And it's going to be Kazi to punt. And Kazi's just going to run. Good heads-up play, and he gets a good boot on it. And Larisi was the intended returner, but gets it away from him at about the 30-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Commodores.
Yeah,
nice
they were going to try to fake it. Then he did it like a rugby-style kick there. But Chase, it's a great game. Thank you for having me. I'm going to walk down there, and I'll let you take the last couple minutes.
All right. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate it. So Daryl's going to go ahead and head down there to get set up to take a video of the Commodores holding up that Battle of the Crossroads trophy, sponsored by Rich's Auto Tech. So again, thank you to all of our great sponsors, Rich's Auto Tech. As I'll get to the rest of that after this play. And that's a false start on the Commodores. Thank you to the Florida Health Insurance Exchange. Also, JT Andrews Remodeling and Building. So thank you to all of them. I appreciate that, giving me the opportunity to come out here. One thing I will say about Melbourne is they didn't give up. They're still playing hard on the defensive side of the football, as this is going to be Welch, and Welch is just taking off. Oh, my goodness. Wow. There goes Welch. Another 60-plus yard touchdown by Latavius Welch. And Welch at this point is just stat padding. And that makes the score 56-0. I mean, just Latavius Welch is.
You can't stop Latavius.
Yeah, can't stop him at all. That acceleration and that burst. As it's going to be holding on the Commodore, so it's going to come back. So no touchdown for Welch and no touchdown for the Commodores, as the score remains 52-0. And thank you, Mr. Brett. So thank you for that, sir. Appreciate that. But that's going to set him up, I believe, depending on where the penalty took place. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Yep, so it's going to be a first and 1. I mean, at that point, you might as well move the sticks. Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. So first and 10. As looks like Melbourne's ready to blitz, and Welch takes the handoff, and oh my goodness, there goes Welch. 10-5, touchdown Commodores. Latavia, and there's another flag on the field,
Second consecutive holding call against Eau Gallie.
and it's going to be another holding on Eau Gallie. So Welch is just getting his conditioning in before the playoffs, it seems. Running 60 yards both times down the field. So this time I believe it's going to back him up about 5 yards. Going to bring up a 1st and 15 for the Commodores here. I hear. I mean, now they're going to go empty. So Grantland goes in the empty, and Welch is just now walking back. He is tired from running 120 yards on the last 2 plays. Let's see if they go right back to that well. And they do. There's Latavius Welch. And Welch again. And this time he just goes out of bounds. I think he ran out of gas there. But he does pick up the first down. Puts him at the 47-yard line there.
First down for Eau Gallie from the 48.
So Latavius Welch. Minute 40 to go here in quarter number 4. Fresh set of downs for the Commodores. Again, thank you all. This is probably last 2 or 3 plays here. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And thank you to all our sponsors, Rich's Auto Tech, the Florida Health Insurance Exchange, and also JT Andrews Remodeling and Building. Thank you all for sponsoring this. And we'll get you the trophy presentation. And oh my goodness. Wow, what a run by Williams, just lowering his shoulder. And Darrell left on the field. I think the record was 56. So if the Bulldogs can hold out for 55 seconds, the record will maintain. The score is 50-0. The Commodores lead. So, again, if there's other games going on, I'm sure there is. Go check out those other games right here on the Brevard Sports Network. As Grantland's going to take it himself. And Ingram's going to rip him out of bounds. And the clock will run. 20 seconds left. Not much else to say here. I think that will bring us to the end of this game. And, yep, Eau Gallie's headed to the sideline. And they're going to shake hands here. So that'll do it for me. I'm Chase Alexander here for the Brevard Sports Network. Thank you all for joining me. And this is our last Bulldogs broadcast. So thank you to Alan. Thank you to all of Brevard Sports Network. Thank you to all for joining in and giving me this opportunity to broadcast these great games. And I'm sure we'll be back next season. And for Chase Alexander for the Brevard Sports Network, have a great night.